Hello everybody and welcome to part 18 of my God King Boudicca series. In the last part, this tile came into our borders and I didn't send this guy over there, so let's do that now and put the focus over here. A lot going on, so we'll just try and keep an eye on it all. Okay, looks like she's sending us more units to the slaughter. And banking is here, so first things first, we will go into the capital and switch our construction project to the caravan. Can now build research. We're going to go into acoustics. We need those Caled halls as quickly as possible. This gets chopped down, so let's go ahead and buy that tile so we can develop this into a good growth tile. That city needs one bad. Let's see. Alrighty. Before we drop a city, let's do all of our shoosting and stuff. No lesser wars going on here, but we do want to keep some units nearby. A little iffy about Iffy, and then of course Zanzibar is also an unknown. So we're just trying to be prepared. This guy's coming over for his eyes. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Alright, let's deal with the main event here. It does look like Porto will fall this turn. No, because we want to do the units first. Alright. That's not fun. What can I do, though? Okay, so that guy's eliminated. Step over and shoot, since we are heading in this direction. Let's see here. You repair that tile. You fortify. And then these two will come in and hug the city tiles. Bring him in to kind of defend in the back. We'll bring this worker down here. And we can bring the Great General in here. Alright. Which means we can also bring this Great General up here, cover that guy, although he doesn't really need covering. Okay. This Great General is coming over here. We'll set a citadel here. We'll pick up 2 Great River tiles as well as a jungle tile. And at no expense to Almaty, so that's kind of what we're aiming for. This worker was going to come down here and repair. Looks like it's repaired this turn. So let's see, growth in 4 and 3. 2 and 3, much better. And as for the rest of these workers, they're doing their thing, except for this guy who's going to come finish the road here. Okay. This guy was heading over to back up in Copenhagen. Alright, we'll drop this city here. Production focus, growth tile. Buy the monument, build the shrine. Alright. I hope our money doesn't get to a point where we can no longer purchase the monuments in the cities that we settle. Alright. Oh, I moved that. Okay. I should not have moved him here. He was coming up to back the crossbowman up, but luckily the crossbowman was able to finish it by himself. Alright, we'll put that guy back to sleep. And that appears to be everything. We'll keep an eye on Braga down yonder. Just keep an eye on what's going on. Ooh, she's giving us more units. I like that. A unit from Almaty, I saw that. Oh, oh.
Their rising all at once was as the sound
That's
of
the drums of war. Cork has grown. So for the time being, we're going to need that hill. Iffy. Okay, well, I mean, it's good that we recognize that as a possibility, right? I could have sworn we checked a few turns ago and her gold was crap, so it'd be interesting to see how she pulled that off. But look at this, good news. Logistics is an option. Whenever possible, you want to take logistics over range, simply because you can then shoot twice per turn and get XP twice as quick, which means you get into the range pretty quickly after getting logistics, assuming you're going to war and stuff. If it's all situationally dependent, though. Like, we're so close to industrialization that if we didn't have more XP to gain, getting range so that as a Gatling gun it wouldn't be useless might be worthwhile. But we still have lots of fighting to do, so let's do that. Also, in a situation like this, we have the option of like shooting and moving after we shoot, which is something that you don't get until you have logistics, so it's pretty good. Okay, this guy will want to go get his altitude training. New unit, iffy in Portugal, not allies, cancel, cancel. Okay. So we're all caught up with all of that. Let's head into gunpowder. We are militaristically superior, and we want to keep it that way. This is one way to do that. We have produced a couple extra long swordsmen in preparation of metallurgies switching to lancers. Our melee, half our melee turning into cavalry. But we're going to do this for now. We want to stay a cut above, because we are currently at war with Portugal. We're looking to attack Denmark for Notre Dame. After all this is wrapped up, our main army will probably start heading west. We'll settle on the copper. We'll have a Carthaginian war. We have war in our backfield. And of course, the more we war and war and war, the more these guys are going to try to figure out ways to come over and stop us. So we got to stay on top and dissuade that. Okay, long swordsman is done in this city. So we're going to switch to Caelid Hall. It says currently 13 turns. We're going to go ahead and switch into a hardcore production mode, get these Caelid Halls as quickly as possible, because we're conquering cities and we want to continue to settle cities. So we just need all the happiness we can get. It looks good now, but yeah, that's probably going to change rapidly as we continue to grow, because keep in mind, we have 3 newer cities right now, and they are growing pretty quick. And you know, so it's going to be a challenge. But rather than just clicking on Caelid Hall and then doing this, when you have enhanced user interface and you have the prompt to choose a construction project, as soon as you click on it, it either takes you out of the city or takes you to the next city with a construction project. So we want to go ahead and plot these out first. We're going to go hardcore production, growth in 3 this way. If we take this guy away and lock him in here, growth in 2. So let's do it this way, and then with the new citizen, we'll work that until Caelid Hall. And you can see it's already down to 10 turns. With these 3 hammers, it might even be down to 9. So that's just a quick way to get it. Okay, looks like we're in a similar boat here, so we'll release these guys. And it also increases our growth while we're doing this, because we're picking up a little bit extra food to offset that Caelid Hall happiness, I guess. And the Caelid Halls aren't just happiness, they're also culture, so that's... You know, I'd really like to be in a position to favor the banks over the Caelid Halls, because there's so many other ways to get happiness, whereas, especially as Liberty Gold can be scarce, and we weren't able to choose commerce like we normally would because we got this piety win condition. So, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Alright. So let's see, we're all done with the workers and the prompts and stuff. Let's get to this new lesser war. Looks like we can move up here, take a peek. And I was going to say move here and take a peek, but it doesn't look like there's much more to see now that this guy can see what he can see. I mean, Pikeman in the city tile, that is news. And we'll just go ahead and capture this worker. We are exposed to the bombard. But we get eyes out here now. We have an idea of what we're looking at. 3 pikemen and a horseman. These melee boats are not a concern. Alright, so what we can do is we can move this guy forward, but not too forward. We don't want them to see them. Since this guy is kind of like stranded here, they'll probably start sending units that way, and then we'll start picking them down. So we'll back this guy back off. He can dance here for visibility. We'll bring this guy in for backup. And then this guy who was running away, we will have come pitch in if at all possible. I guess that's another advantage to steering the war in this direction, as there is a hill here. So the longbowman could get positioned there and have pretty good reach. He can peek into this window. We can like try and force some whittling down right there. Okay. He's coming here, and we'll drop a citadel next turn. So this worker has an option as far as like coming over here to pitch in. Yeah, like Cork would really like hammers. We have like infinite river tiles, so I could come here. Let's see. because we already have a clump here, but we have plenty for them to do as well. Whereas Berlin, it's going to grow in 2 turns. Okay. Well, let's see here real quick. There is 1 tile here, and the jungle tiles. There's 3 tiles out of a possible 9, so that's 33% chance that we will need this worker to stay in this city. Alright. It would be here, here, and here. So let's just go ahead and repair this tile, sink our time in this city. I don't even think we're going to need that tile, but having it online would be nice as an option, because this is a city that's multi-purpose, so giving it multi-things to do seems like a good idea. Okay, we dealt with the lesser war, so let's get on with this war. Take Porto this turn. There's a little bit of red there, which means another shot will do us. I'm saving the double tapper for last. Alright, so there's that. Go ahead and repair here so we can pillage for a bit more gold. Good amount too. And there we go. Let's view the city. We got 2 happiness buildings, a market. Well, unfortunately the market's really for naught, because as you can see here, of all the gold on the land, we only have 2. And that's a damn shame, because I think the main deciding factor whether to keep this as a puppet or burn it down is how much gold it could pick up. So I think we should burn this city to the ground. For the time being, we might leave it at 1 pop. We're going to have to see how the happiness is. That's why I was really pleased to see this has 2 happiness buildings. It should help carry us in the meantime. But yeah, I do think we'll say raise. That puts us at 2. We do get to sell along the way, though, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 citizens, which means we'll have enough time to sell everything off if we remember to sell once every turn. We'll start with, I love this about the latest enhanced user interface. I was using an older version for the longest time, and the fact that these tile yields are like, or the building yields are like spelled out here, and the sell price is a button right there, so handy. You can see like right here, it's tied for the highest maintenance and it has the highest lump sum, so we'll just begin there. We will be asked to select a construction project, and we will go ahead and manually lock in those gold tiles so that we're getting... Oh, you know what? That doesn't even matter, because we're in resistance, and you're in resistance for as long as citizens. In this case, 6 turns. As you can see right here. And if we're just raising from the start, the city will never be out of resistance until it's out of existence. So even locking in those tiles, totally useless, because we're not actually going to receive any yields whatsoever unless we stop raising at 1 point. But if we do, I mean, I'm sure the locking the citizen means that we'll be burning off the other ones first. Speaking of burning off citizens, we'll take a look here. We see 3 under our religion, which is considered a majority here somehow. 1 of Buddhism and 2 undecided. Our pressure is just about double hers, so we'll see how that plays out moving forward. It just occurred to me this guy could have like backed up to this tile and pillaged there to heal and get a little bit more gold. But it's too late for that. Oh, cool. I was thinking this guy would have to clean up, but... Alright, so we'll step this guy forward. That's the whole reason I wanted to save him for last, because this is an option. And what that means is we should step this guy forward to be bombardable, and then this guy... let's see... 73. Alright, so I suppose we could just fortify for the time being. It could hit either one of these. We'll step the Great General forward. And what does that leave us with? This guy... This tile had got... This road had got pillaged at some point for whatever reason. Oh, repair is actually an option. I didn't realize that. Okay, so this road tile will be back up next turn. That's pretty handy as far as shifting everybody over. And after Lisbon, we'll probably go after this city. So I kind of want to leave this road intact for the time being. It's a drain on our economy, but what are you going to do? And this great general in the back seems to be holding his own. We'll bring this guy forward. He can help. Alright, withdrawing here, heading over there. We might finally be at a point where we can defend Copenhagen if need be. Alright, new spawn. Let's go get him some altitude training. He's getting eyes here. Very good. Alright, so we'll change our focus over here. Ooh, caravan. That might be worth keeping an eye on. Let's see where that gets sent off to. Didn't see it. We have to assume it went off this way, right? So anything we can do to get eyes back there would be probably pretty good. May purchase with faith and city becomes religious. Nice. Alright, so mosque it is. Fantastic. See, already our happiness is like 10, 2 turns ago or something like that. That's why we want those Kaled hulls so bad. Anyways, avarice with grows, so unfortunately we have to choose. We'll choose that tile. Let's see, Berlin grows. Alright. University will be up next turn. Alright, good to know. We already checked that, and iron is back. Only have one, and he's up at a point that's 3 for 2, so we're not even going to bother. Got some farms coming up here. Alright, so we'll pull out of the workshop. Growth from 16 down to 10. Not bad. Let's see. Another farm there. Hey. 1 turn too late. Now, this tile can be worked by Avarice with, but Avarice with has a couple desert tiles, so it doesn't need to grow nearly as big as Cork, whereas Cork has a lot of river tiles, hill tiles, jungle tiles. We would want Cork to grow to be significantly larger than Avarice with. So I'm okay with locking one of these in there. Another farm. Oh, good. We just locked a guy in there. And that's another reason to do it that way. Okay. We'll finish that repair. That way next turn we'll figure out what border we pick up in Berlin. What was I going to look at? Growth in 6. So let's give that hill over to that city. We don't want to forget to do that. We've been playing ping pong with possession of that hill. We have a repair. Bam! Roads are intact. Nice. Okay. So let's see here. Well, let's bring this guy forward. See ya. So let's say pillage. Step. We could pillage step. However, we're going to want the spices when we come online. He's almost at full health anyway, so let's just go here. We'll antagonize this guy. Occupy a tile next to the city tile. That seems good. We can do double tap there. Very nice. Rack up that XP. I like it. Let's see here. We got this guy. Where can he move? Okay, and this guy. Where can he move? Alright, he has fewer options. So let's see. Alright. Well, we can move him here and him there. And that way these 3 can all step forward and shoot since they have that option. Which means we kind of just want to step this guy here and leave him damaged. Because now this guy's so healed, we don't even know that they're going to favor melee. We want them to. Alright, and the Great General can sit tight for the time being. That Great General. This worker will get started on repairing the horses. That's something we can do. Let's not forget to sell. Let's see here. Harbor, next highest maintenance, so let's just get rid of it. There we go. Almost forgot to do that. In fact, telling this guy to heal will be our signal that we need to do something there. This guy, we'll just have him back up here. He can act as defense in the west in case she is producing units over there or has units over there. And we'll leave that great general over there. This guy, gone. Usually we have boats to do like around the coast. I don't think it's worth keeping this guy to get little nitbits here and there. We found all the natural wonders. I'm not going to count it out. We probably didn't find all the city-states, but that's only because even on Pangea, there's often some like island masses that have some city-states. That would be a reason to get a boat out at some point. Oh, look at that. I neglected to focus on the Lesser War first. Should be fine. Alright. So we'll step here and shoot. And then we will pillage here and get in his way. Worker. I guess we just back him out for now. Get some eyes here. We'll come up here for support. Now we got stronger eyes there. And we have this shooty guy in the background. He can step on the hill next turn. That's fantastic. And we'll send this guy to go get some altitude training. Alright. Double check. None of these tiles were acquired in the meantime, so drop we do. Alright. Guys are heading back. He's just dancing for visible. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot. Nice. Okay, so that's how we'll clean that up. We'll just do. So I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and highlight him so I don't forget. That seems pretty good. Some more money for us. A little bit of experience on our new unit. Composite bowman emerges in the city of Lisbon.
Measure what is measurable, and make measurable.
Physics is online. City becomes religious. Porto. We haven't been keeping an eye on that. Down to 4. Alright, so I don't know if it's a random toss or how that works. It would kind of make sense that it would favor ours first since we're the one choosing to burn it down. But while we're thinking about it, let's get in here, and it looks like they're all 1 gold per turn, so let's just take the highest lump sum. We'll do the happiness building last for obvious reasons. I do think happiness actually shines through, even though the city's in resistance. But even if that's not the case, we would want it to go that way. Okay, borders have grown. Nice. Nice. Good on you, Berlin. Let's see here. University is finished. We're not going to populate it for obvious reasons, but we do get science on that tile here. So let's... This is the city that wants to build Musicians Guild. It says 10 turns there. And what happens if we come here? 11 turns, but we grow quicker. We're getting science. Hey, it's a good balance here, everything that we're doing, with the exception of missing on that really sweet chunk of gold there. Gold per turn. But what are you going to do? Alright. So we pick up this tile here. Would have rather that tile. That tile would, like, do a lot as far as completing our visibility. But anyways, let's bring this guy down here and shoot at that. And then clear that camp off. I didn't do all the prompts. Maybe hopefully there was a city-state that asked for it. There we go. Caleb Hall in 7 turns. Go for it. Get it done. Alright, horses are back. Let's do some of that. More money. I like it. Losing grasp on Monaco Kabul is in awe of you. I believe those are both cultures, so that's a swap, and then Antwerp seeks investors. Okay. Well, we had paid them to kick the can down the road, so we might do that again, right? Oh, look at that. Greater return on investment at this point. Okay. Next tech. Gunpowder. Go. Alright, we have some construction projects going on here. Let's see what's going on. University is finished in Glasgow, which means the Caleb Hall is up, right? And it looks like we're already in as much construction mode as we can be. Aqueduct is finished in Douglas, so we'll get on to Temple. Notice how much further along the build queue in Glasgow is, even though we settled the city last. That's pretty incredible. This is surprisingly useful land. It looked like mostly a bunch of hills when we started, which is why we bought the granary first. So I guess there's that. Alrighty, this looks complicated. Alright, so we know he's always stepping here. He has 3 options, and he has the same 3 options. So it's going to come down to protecting our melee. He's always going to pillage and retreat. That gets him out of bombard, but he's still exposed to these 3 units. And we can bring this guy in here, and here. He can be here. We have options. So let's get this guy up here, put eyes back on here. Alright, so that's what we're looking at here. We have the long swordsman could probably just push in here and kill this guy, which leaves these guys to shoot at other things. The horse is vulnerable to this pikeman here, so we're going to move the pikeman in, which means I think the shooters should focus on this pikeman here. Because let's do this, because I'm pretty sure we're going to do that anyways. Alright, we don't have to worry about being quadruple hit, because the horse can't reach here and the pikeman both. So he might get triple hit, but he can pillage and retreat to a hill, which is pretty sturdy option. So let's go ahead and focus on the pikeman. The horse is vulnerable to this guy, so we'll do it something like this, I think. Okay, we could start on the hill here. What other options would we have? This guy is actually going to get started on a trading post, so that guy is like falling off the face of the map. And our workers are otherwise divided fairly well. So we probably could just get away with doing a mine in case we find like coal or something there. Okay, we have 3 workers here. It looks like they all finished their project same turn. So let us have this guy chop. This guy build a road stem over the river here, because we do have a settler coming. If we're burning Porto all the way to the ground, which by the way, oh, we already did there. I want to settle something in here, that way we keep this. If Caelid Halls were already up, we would be able to afford something like Porto, you know, like burn it down to 1 and then annex it for the purpose of, you know, being able to buy faith buildings there. But right now it's a drain on our unhappiness. So if it seems silly that I'm burning a city down just to plant one right next to it. Plus the next places we would want to send settlers would be like towards Carthage, and we would be exposed. We're not ready for that, I don't think. Alright, so this guy, let's get out of his way. Come there. Come there. He gets his altitude training. This situation looks kind of under control. We have 3 melee that are getting beat up, which is a problem. But also keep in mind, we're only warring here to stop them from being able to enter our lands and pillage our tiles. There will come a point in time where either our war with Portugal is over, or I know we have a swordsman coming out here next turn, but he's got to go get his altitude training. So yeah, we can have this guy start heading back just in case. We're getting bombarded, and those are like new recruits, so they don't have cover and stuff. 8 turns gives us enough time to come down here and chop down that hill, so that hopefully the governor will favor that hill over a plain lake tile. So yeah, with these guys doing their thing, that leaves this guy. 1 turn, we might pick this up. Might pick that up. Aberystwyth's gonna grow first. Gets the hill. Oh, I got an idea. Let's come here. And if we do pick up this tile, we'll do that because it is more important. And if not, we can jump to here, since jumping onto this hill from anywhere would consume all our movement anyways. As far as court goes, it's already got a lot of good food. Let's get some hammers in the mix. I want to favor this over these tiles, even though we'll do all 3 eventually. Okay, big goings on here. Let's see. We'll have this guy pillage and get out of the way, and now this guy can advance. let's have him shoot the unit because we can. And then we'll have this guy advance. And that guy advance. There we go. And he can double tap, so bang bang. Alrighty. So what we can do now is we can advance this guy here to zone of control this guy, make sure he doesn't get away. You know, just do mass destruction in general. The problem here is we would be exposed to stuff we cannot see, which could be a problem. We don't know what she's got waiting in the backfield. However, we would be ending up on a hill, and he does have double cover. And we could pillage before moving up there to give him maximum health, so I'm confident. Ooh, look at that. Caravan, alright. So if it's moving this way, we can intercept it soon. If it's moving this way, we could step and intercept it next turn. And then we'll have this guy advance here. Or, I really want to support him. But the problem with moving here is now we leave a gap here, which means this great general cannot walk forward and cover him. So, that's just unfortunate. And we're not going to expose the great general, so... Okay. So we have 2 workers here, and nothing for them to do, really. None of the tiles that are pillaged here are ones we would absolutely need to repair. Let's see. Well, we could dangle a worker. No, we can't. That's not our road. Alright. We'll have him fortify. See, this is why we wanted defense back there. I guess one of these could start coming helping pre-build road. Okay, he can get onto this hill in 2 turns. Let's do that, and then he can finish the horses. There we go. Alright. She looks like she wants some horses. We have 4 to sell. I believe we're at a 1 per, so let's try this chunk of 4 for 4. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I'm overall pleased with that decision. Because we can shift these as needed. Porto doesn't have anything worth repairing now at this point. We do have a bunch of roads to rip up, but then on the other hand, once it burns down, those roads are going to be meaningless to us. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about all that in general. Alright, this great general is just going to have to chill. Not much choice there. Heal here, but we already did burn down in Porto. So, there we go. Alright, we are past the half-hour mark. It's only by a little, but nevertheless, lots of warring going on and stuff like that. I like to break these up so that I don't miss things. I hope you guys understand. I also hope that you're enjoying yourselves. This is a very fun series, probably the most successful Liberty game I've ever had. If you guys are longtime fans, you may remember my Wide and Happy series. I had a very hard time parlaying the explosive starts into wins. So this has been quite challenging, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Anyways, please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.